Howdy ho, my peeps! It is Friday night, and this weekend I have some YouTubers coming. I've got Laurie from Laurie's Harps, and she has another channel too. I think it's Laurie and Sophia the Poodoo Dog. I can't recall, but I need to link her. Also, Leanne from Leanne Live is coming, and we are going to have, as my friend Dave says, one high old whore of a time. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm going to be making goodies, and we're going to have lunch when they get here. We got a hotel room so we can hoot and holler and watch TV and do a live video, and I can sit in a hot tub, which I just love doing, and we can just hang out and have a slumber party. So I'm so excited about it. And the girls are too, so it's real exciting. I made gifts for each of them, which I'm not going to show you because I want them to see the gifts before, you know, I do a video, because I want it to be a surprise. I will say that I think of everything I have made this year and maybe going back in every category, I've outdone myself. I think I have topped myself with these items that I made for the girls. So I hope they think so too. These items that I make take forever to finish. Each one took about 12 hours. So, you know, I couldn't even afford to make these and sell them. They would be way too expensive. So that's okay. These are labors of love, and I hope the girls like them. So that's what I've been doing the past few days. That's why I haven't been on. I've been focused on my projects. I went and picked up goodies from my postal place where I pick things up, and I wanted to share something with you. This little box came today from my friend Stephie, whose address I'm going to hide. And Stephie has a YouTube channel that I will also link in the down bar. She makes absolutely gorgeous sequined ornaments. She reached out to me after she'd seen some of the things that I made, and she shared the stuff that she makes. She's quite talented. They're beautiful. Real shiny and gorgeous. Well, she knew that I had lost my sequins, right? You know, you guys know that. I was looking all over for the sequins, and I was looking for the embroidery floss, and just making do with what I had. Well, look what she sent. An entire box worth of vintage and contemporary sequins. There's some neat stuff in here that I don't have any of, and it was so cool to have. Like these little moon sequins. I don't have any of that. There's these little Christmas trees, little West Trim Christmas trees. They look like they're from the 80s. Little flowers. Lots and lots of gorgeous stuff like this. These are contemporary. Let's see. Oh, something else I didn't have of that I'm so glad she sent. These white iridescent that'll be wonderful on like snowmen and anything that's got a snow theme. I mean, this thing is just full, absolutely full of beautiful, interesting sequins in colors. Like here's a really old set in a cocoa brown. Isn't that neat? Oh, here's another old set. And they're these funky 1960s looking flowers. I mean, just as freaking cool as they can be. She also sent some beads as well. And I'll show you a lot of stuff that, like, I use these exact beads. I use these all the time. So I am thankful to have more. Also, these little beads, I use these all the time. These I don't have any of, so it's nice to have that color. So anyhow, I mean, this is just an absolute treasure trove of beads and sequins. So, Stephanie, thank you so much. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it, particularly because outside of that little box I showed you, I don't have a lot of vintage sequins, and I far prefer using vintage components, especially for sewing. If I can get vintage lace, vintage, fabric, buttons, all of that, I far prefer it. So this is real exciting, and thank you. I also received a package from my friend Sharon. Sharon's YouTube channel is called Justmeoutere. I will link it as well. She was at 99-cent store. She lives in California as well. I'm looking for the thing she said. Here it is. And she found these leggings. They're the kind that they sell at Walmart, the Faded Glories. Anyhow, she found them in my size and bought 4 pair for me while she was there. They're just, little heather gray leggings, no big deal, like all the clothes I wear. But having them be in my size was marvelous. It's hard to find stuff in my size, even at Walmart, but they were like $2.99 a pair. So she bought 4 pair for me. So I'm going to take off all of their little stickers and throw them in the washer and dryer tonight. So that's going to be cool. She also sent something else that will be revealed after the girls get here. So there's yet another cool thing that Sharon sent that you guys will want to see. So, it was a really, really, really good day. I'm coming off of some bad days. So it was nice to have a happy, relaxed day. I wanted to read something to you. And I'm sure Stephanie will be okay with this. This is the card that she sent. Pretty little card. This is what she wrote. Oh man, I'm getting all kinds of information. Okay. Hi Cheryl. I wanted to send you some sequins to play with. I was lucky enough to buy a lot of over 2,000 of vintage sequins on eBay a few years ago, and I've been selling them online, and I thought you would enjoy playing with these. I also included some other newer sequins I also bought in bulk that I use in my ornament work. I added some beads a friend in Tennessee shared with me, and there were tons of each color, so she sent me the ones that I showed you, plus a couple other styles. She says, please accept these as a thank you for all the hours of enjoyment I have gotten from your videos. You are one of the several people on YouTube that inspired me to start my own channel. Okay. The reason I wanted to read that is because I've been thinking a lot about inspiration and positive vibes and who I am and who I want to be on my channel and in life in general. And inspiring is one of the things I want to be, and I want to continue to be that. I have no tolerance for drama channels where people are doxing each other and outing each other and calling one another's work and all that just hideous behavior. I just can't even go there. Why anyone would want to foster that negativity, I have no idea, except for maybe it brings you a few tens of thousands maybe of people who subscribe and people who watch your live feeds while you're being tacky and downing other, mostly women, but depending on the channel. I mean, a lot of men do this as well, and I think it's tacky and horrible, and I won't tolerate that. Not my world. That's not happening. So I'm so thankful that that Stephanie found me inspiring enough to help her want to start her own channel. Because look at my channel. I never tell anybody to subscribe, like, and share. I figure you guys know if you want to subscribe to me. If you like it, you'll like it. If you want to share it, you want to share it. You know the drill. You don't need me to tell you. I've got low production values, kind of crappy lighting when I'm sitting here. I'm doing this on my laptop, so it's grainy. I'm not, even though I would like to clean up my production value a little bit, particularly where lighting is concerned, that's not necessary. It's not necessary for me to do what I do. And for you guys, or those of you who are sub to me and watch frequently and comment, I don't need to do that stuff to cause you to enjoy watching my videos. And I know that. So I just wanted to say thank you to every positive, sweet, loving viewer I've got out there, especially to those of you who have commented. And it goes in waves. You know, I'll have one group that's doing a lot of commenting, and they'll kind of go silent, and another group will come in. And then some people from 6-8 months ago or 2 years ago, all of a sudden they'll be back and making comments. And it is so nice to hear from someone who hasn't commented in a while, to kind of bring me up to date. Hey, I've moved, I've gotten a divorce, I've gotten married, we got a new dog, whatever. I love hearing that stuff. Although I haven't answered comments in about 3 days, sitting down and answering comments is something that I'm going to be doing, possibly tomorrow, because I care about staying connected to you guys. I answer comments because I want to, not because I have to. And so, you know, if I'm silent for a while and I don't answer your comments, and then all of a sudden you get a bunch of answers that go back 2 years, it's just because it was a time issue. I couldn't find the time to sit down and do it. But of all the things I do throughout the day and the week, reading your comments, answering your comments, giving you thoughtful answers, that's real high on my priority list. So, yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say to you guys tonight. My kid who is in Detroit is still in Detroit. He's having a fascinating time. I get the hugest kick out of him sending me, you know, pictures of the bulletproof KFC, or, you know, that art installation, or just sitting on the side of a toxic river fishing for fish that he doesn't want to eat because he has no idea what's in them, stuff like that. It's been so fun to watch him explore and learn about an area that is so very different than, you know, where he was raised and where we live. Detroit, Flint, Michigan, much of Pennsylvania. I mean, so many of the places I saw when I went through the United States were a real wake-up call to me about how bad things can get in different parts of the country as a result of economic issues, or, you know, many issues, but usually it has to do with economics. So this is not to make fun of Detroit. Detroit is a fascinating place that is actually coming back in some areas. The millennials have discovered Detroit, and they're going in and they're buying houses and they're fixing up neighborhoods, and it's experiencing a little micro renaissance right now, which is super cool. So it's been fun to watch him do that. My other kid is coming up on midterms at Humboldt State, where he goes to school, and he's doing very, very well. He is considering transferring next year directly to the school where he's going to get his master's degree, so that would be exciting. He's so homesick. He wants to come home so bad, and he keeps trying to talk himself into coming back for his last year of school and going to the local college to finish up his degree. But I'm like, honey, I miss you terribly, but don't come home. You need to be out in the world, moving forward, looking forward, working your butt off to get your degree, which is an extremely employable field that he's going into. Getting a job is not going to be a problem. So, and plus he's using his mind. He's taking classes that most of us could not pass, including me. And I'm no slouch when it came to college. But he's just super, super talented in math, physics, all of that. So, he's really expanding and building on his own personal talents to, find a career path that he will enjoy. So I just applaud him. And this is a kid that came from some really tough times. Grew up in the 90s, was one of those kids, like so many kids that were 90s teenagers, kind of got lost in the shuffle. They were a little bit too early to be completely digital. There was a lot of pretending that things were okay when they really weren't in the schools, especially in our area. Those kids, those 90s kids, had a lot in common with me and the 70s teenagers. I saw a lot of the same kind of problems. So, he went through his whole drinking and drugs and despair decade and, finally got clean and sober and has been so for over 4 years and, took a look back at his life and himself and said, wow, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? And what can I do to provide myself with a job? So I am so glad that he was, in his early 30s when he decided to do that. Unlike me, when I started law school the first time, I was in my early 40s, and I quit that because I had to shut down this company. And the law school I was going to was just online anyway, so it wasn't like I was going to ever get a job as a lawyer. I just wanted to go to the school, pass the bar exam, because it just sounded like a fun thing to do, and I really enjoyed it. Then I applied to the law school that's here in our area. It's a bricks and mortar school, and got accepted. But I deferred my matriculation. I deferred going to the school for a year because something in the back of my mind was telling me, you know what, you really need to think about this. And after thinking for a year, I realized, nah, this time around, I need to live a looser, creative life in order to be happy. So I kind of reluctantly didn't go back to college, but I'm glad I didn't, because by the time I would have graduated, it would have been, like 2 years ago or so, 3 years ago, and I would probably never make enough money to even pay off my student loans. And I don't have enough time in my career path to have found a specialty. So I probably would have been processing criminal meat down at the DA's office in the dirty part of downtown, slogging around the courthouse every day and, just kind of toiling in that world. For attorneys who have a heart for that, God bless those people. I just don't. So that's what my kids are doing. That's a little bit of background about what I've been thinking about lately. And yeah, I'm so excited about this weekend. So I will come back to you. My next video will probably be a Dollar Tree treats video, so a Halloween treat video that I want to get up tomorrow. Then I've got the masking videos coming up Sunday at 11. And then this weekend, we'll probably do a live feed from the slumber party and, stuff like that. So that's what's coming up. And I hope everybody's doing well, especially my friends who recently come through Michael. Wow. what is there to say except I'm so glad no one I know and love was hurt, and, you know, thinking about the people who were and the people who lost everything in Mexico Beach. It's just a very sad, sad thing to think about. And it makes you wish you could do more, you know, to help people. Anyway, that's that. I keep looking down because I've got this little pile of beads, and I keep running my finger through the beads and making, you know, making little shapes and stuff like that. It's my version